Kaylin's our yoga instructor for the evening, giving us some insights on yoga and meditation for test anxiety. She's been generous enough to share her expertise with everybody. She's also shared some recordings in the past with a yoga flow and also a meditation session, brief ones, but still useful. And so as a jumping off point. So I want to welcome Kaylin. And Kaylin, you want to share a bit about your background and what you do?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Kaylin. So I myself am taking the LSAT in October, and I'm very excited about my new law school career journey. And I've also found that it's stressful, one of the more stressful challenges, because it is very competitive. And I think through that, I have found my own home in yoga, and this is just connected all the way through to what I'm doing here today. Is that, you know, I've done yoga before the LSAT was a thing in my life, and I want to just keep going through with it. It's part of my self-care. It's part of how I deal with stress and that kind of stuff. So I would love to share with you tonight. We're going to do a very gentle flow. So if you're familiar with maybe like a gym style or maybe even like a power yoga class, this is going to be really different. And I'm also, think I will put in the chat my waiver for participation. So by participating with me tonight in the instructed activities, you agree to the waiver of liability and the agreement of release. And I'm going to throw that into the chat. So please take a look at that. I have to say that for legal reasons. I know you all understand. All right. Okay. So tonight, if you have some space wherever you're at, you can turn your cameras off, you can leave them on, whatever you think would be most fitting for you. Just wherever you're at, find some space. We're going to be mostly on the ground today. And make sure you have space. If you want to turn on some calming music, do that. Bring yourself into the moment. Begin by focusing on your breath. You can take a seated position, maybe cross-legged on the floor, or maybe in a chair if that feels better for you. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose, to the flow of air inside and then out. If at any point during this practice, if your mind begins to wander, that's okay. That's why it's a practice. Just bring it back to your breathing. Inhale deeply and exhale. From the bottom of your vertebrae, begin to stack one vertebrae on top of another. Sit nice and tall. Roll your shoulders forward, up, and drop them down. Take another one of those. Bring a little motion into this. And then let your ears and your shoulders separate from each other. Stack your neck on top of your spine. Let your body begin to slow down for this evening. Whatever happened previously today, what other worries or thoughts or plans are in the future, acknowledge them here with your inhale. And then exhale and let them go. The rest of this time, this session, is yours to be in the present moment. Take a nice big inhale. And then we'll move and find a tabletop position. Stack your knees under your hips and your shoulders on top of your wrists. We'll bring a little movement into this practice for tonight. Sometimes our bodies and our minds are more connected than we think. And when we can move a little, we can let some of that energy out, whether it's anxious energy, a lot of thoughts. Sometimes moving helps. All right, when you're settled into your tabletop position, arch your back and look up. Breathe deeply in. And then exhale, curve your spine, look towards your belly button. Take another inhale, bring your shoulder blades together, look forward. And exhale, move into a curved spine. Continue moving with your breath. If you want to stay in one of these positions a little longer, do that. Just keep breathing. This is your time to slow down. Time for self-care. And return to a neutral spine. This time, open your right arm up towards the ceiling. Stretch your fingertips all the way up. And then exhale, thread the needle. So your right arm comes under your left arm. And you can take this as far as it feels comfortable. If you feel any pain, just back off a little. So thread the needle. You can let your arm relax on the ground. You can even bring your face to the ground. However deep you want to take it this evening. Focus on your breath. And then open your right arm back up towards the sky and take it on the other side. Left arm opens to the sky. Reach those fingertips up and then thread them through. So left hand comes through. Take this as far as you feel comfortable. Wherever you're at, just breathe. And then open your left arm, maybe even the left side of your chest to the side wall. And then return your hands to the ground, to your tabletop. All right. We'll take a short halfway lift. So bring your feet to the ground. Take your hands to your thighs and push against your thighs like you're creating a flat plane on your back. And then exhale, forward fold. Take your feet apart, hips width distance or wider, and just hang there. If this is uncomfortable, if too much blood is flowing to your head, just go ahead and lift back up and then come back down into it. This is a great pose if you're feeling a little underwater with things. You can just surrender here. Let gravity do the work. All right, exhale. Come back to seated on the ground. And bring your legs forward in front of you. We'll take some forward folds. Another very grounding pose. So go ahead and sit tall. Maybe pull the flesh away from your sit bones and reach your arms up towards the sky. Take a big inhale in. Reach all the way through the tops of your fingertips. And then exhale and fold over. Start with your whole spine, folding over, and then just let it go. Let your spine round as far as you'd like. Look down at your knees. Notice your breath. Maybe it feels a little faster or a little slower than it did in the beginning. Whatever it is, it's okay. Just notice it. And then inhale, arms back up. And we'll take one of our legs in. You can pick whichever one you'd like. Make like a seated tree pose, the sole of your foot to the inside of your thigh. And then lift your arms back up and fold over your one leg. If this feels a little strenuous, take it to where you're caring for yourself tonight. Inhale, lift your arms back up and switch your legs. Same thing on this side. Reach up and now fold over that other leg. If your mind has begun to wander, just bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to wherever you're at right now, in this present moment. Inhale, arms come to the sky. Exhale, and find your way to your back. Lift your legs up towards the ceiling. There can be a bend in your knees. You can even use a wall if you'd like, something to support your legs, or take your hands under your hips and support your low back that way. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, find something that feels great for you. This is an inversion, our legs above our heart. It's a great place to just calm down. To slow down for today. Keep breathing. Notice anything that's still tense. Maybe that's your shoulders, or maybe it's your jaw. Let that go. Or let it go as much as it's willing to go today. Feel yourself relaxing into the mat or into the ground. Your shoulders are relaxing and sinking deeper. Gravity is assisting you. Gravity is doing the work here. Take your legs to the ground. And you have a few options here. You can take them wide, your knees wide, for a Supta Baddha Konasana. It's So knees fall open and the soles of your feet are together. If that doesn't feel great for your lower back, you also have the option to tent your knees in towards each other and take your feet wide. You could also just lay on the floor or on your side or sit in a chair. Wherever you're at, we'll begin to finish up our practice. We'll conclude today with some time for meditation, a very relaxing meditation. Like we did in the beginning, bring your full attention to your breathing. A deep inhale, and then let it go. Next breath, fill up all the way from the core, from the deepest part of your lungs. Let your belly expand, your heart expand, and then let it go. Take 1 or 2 really deep breaths. Imagine all those things from today just floating away with your exhales. If there's any tension, that can float away too on your exhales. Stay focused on your breath. We'll remain like this, and if you start to get a little sleepy and you want to make sure you're not falling asleep, find maybe a more active position, like a seated position, to ensure that, you don't accidentally fall asleep somewhere you don't want to. And continue breathing. As thoughts begin to float through your mind, if they're doing that, that's okay. That's what our minds do. Just draw it back. This is a practice of focus, and it's exactly that, a practice. We use our awareness to help us moderate our minds. Maybe not control them, but just moderate them. And there's a lot of power in that. Wherever you're at, begin to focus on one of your goals. I don't know if there's anyone who takes the LSAT for fun. Usually we're trying to achieve something, trying to achieve a career, a way of life, our dream school, whatever it may be. Pick one goal and bring your mind to just settle on that. On occasion, when things get very tough, when we get stressed, it can be easy to lose sight of the why. And there's a lot of power in the why. This is something you can take with you wherever you go, whether that's before you begin studying or taking a practice test. It's the meditation practice of your awareness, your focus, acknowledging where you're at today, and then also bringing into this what your goals are, what your hopes and dreams are. Whatever that goal is, set that as your goal, or maybe an intention. Acknowledge it with a big inhale, and then let it go with an exhale. Begin to make small movements in your hands and in your feet. Notice the sounds around you. If your eyes are closed, maybe begin to open them, bring a little light in. Take some bigger movements, maybe shoulder rolls, maybe some arms above your head, whatever it may be. Bring your body back into the room. Bring your mind back into the room too. And we'll conclude this practice today with one hand and our other hand. One represents our mind and the other represents our body. And as we did here in yoga today, we joined them. So bring your hands together. And I will close, and feel free to join me in a traditional way by honoring the light and love in each and every one of you. I say namaste. Thank you. And I have a few links that I'll put in the box. If anyone has any questions, you are welcome to give me a holler. I will throw these links in here. Feel free to contact me by email, or if you have any questions, just reach out. Just throw this. And my email, my website, Facebook page, they're all in there, so feel free to check those out. I also do private instruction as well, so you're always welcome to reach out for that. And thank you. Thank you, everyone. This was really fun, and I hope this was beneficial to you. I definitely recommend bringing yoga and meditation into your LSAT practice, wherever you, however you do, you know, all that. But yeah, self-care, meditation is great for focus and concentration. Yoga is great for, you know, a lot of physical things, as well as the mental side of it for endurance and all that. So I want to say a huge thank you to Steve for bringing me into this, and I had a really good time. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kaylin. I just wanted to personally thank you. I've been practicing yoga for a couple of years now, but I've kind of gotten out of the habit lately, and this is kind of bringing me back in. So thank you for your fantastic teaching and practice.
Of course, thanks. And if there's any questions, yeah, just feel free to contact me. And this was really fun. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Kaylin. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.